Happy Arvo, thank you for joining me here today. 12 things America could learn from Australia. If only we would listen. Well, today I'm listening, and I'm ready to learn. Let's see what we got.
In here, and today I'm going to be going over 12 things that America could learn from Australia. Pardon me if it is a little bit loud. I am filming this in a public park, but that is actually my first thing that I think America could learn from Australia is how to build a park. This goes way beyond just how to build a
Shots fired. Wow. Savage. You don't like our parks?
park, but really how to build like any like nice public facility. If you look at the park in right now, I mean, I can show you, there's this huge playscape just right over there.
Holy crap. I take it back. We don't know how to build a park.
Facility. If you look at the park in right now, I mean, I can show you, there's this huge place.
What the hell is that? That looks like it's a whole thing. You have to pay admission. It's like Disney World.
Playscape just right over there. I'll show a picture of it up.
What?
But
I want to go play on that.
that is what a typical playscape in Australia looks like.
Oh my God. The kids there are lucky.
I'll throw some more pictures up just so you can see what a
That's incredible. These are little, the slides are 5 times longer than the ones here.
playscape in Australia
And so much tall, the whole thing is so tall and intricate.
looks like, but this, like, here, this picture right here is what a playscape in America looks like. Playscapes here are so much
And that was kind of a nice one.
bigger. The kids have it way better, but beyond playscapes, this goes to, like, skate parks, for example. Skate parks here are in every city. They're awesome, they're huge, they're nice. Not the same in America. You know, a city might have 1 or 2 nice ones, but in Australia, there are way more, and overall, they're much nicer. There are so many examples of great public parks or public facilities in Australia. Pretty much every single city here in Australia, not like all, but most of them, have these things called lagoons. They're not really like lagoons, they're just public pools, but they call them lagoons. But check out how nice these things are.
What in the... You've got your own man-made beach.
These are free pools open to the public. They're
Free. This is crazy.
absolutely beautiful, and they're right in the city center. I'm currently in Airlie Beach. This is what Airlie Beach looks like. Brisbane also has a nice one. The parks here are just so much nicer, and everything related to them is nicer. Oh, and there's like free electric grills, like right over there. There's 2 perfectly clean electric grills, and oh, and free bathrooms. Like, God.
Electric grills. Outdoors? Huh.
I've
never seen that in my life.
like, this could have been like 5 points all on its own, but anyways.
Wow.
Point number 1, parks in Australia are so much nicer, and the US could learn how to build parks like Australia. The second thing that America could learn from
I'm blown away by that.
Australia is how to make a thing of coffee. The coffee here is so nice, it's so fancy, it's so well done. Just like a basic cheap cup of coffee, they just put so much more like attention to detail in it. I can't really talk too much on this because I don't drink coffee, I don't like it, but literally
How are you going to say the coffee here is so fantastic, but you don't drink it?
everyone who comes here, like Americans, non-Americans, everyone who comes here just thinks Australia has the absolute best coffee in the world. All right, now the
I have heard that.
third thing America can learn from Australia is traffic circles. Oh my God. All right, they have traffic circles freaking everywhere here. You'll find them in neighborhoods, you'll find them in towns, you'll find them connecting big roads. Will it be traffic circles with like 2-3 lanes on them? They are so common, and they just
Americans might be too stupid for that. I mean, I know for a fact the ones that we have here, it'll make you pull your hair out if you're trying to drive through one because the people are dumb.
speed up the flow of traffic so much.
The drivers, at least.
Like there are so many
When it comes to a traffic circle, because they're not used to it. They don't know what to do. They stop. It's horrible.
like small stoplights that we have in America. That could be eliminated if we put a traffic circle there. Like, no joke, there's probably about 1/4 the amount of stop signs in Australia as there are in America because of the traffic circles, and also they just put a lot more like yield signs up instead of stop signs. So like if you don't have to totally stop,
Give
those put yield
way.
signs
I like that. Give way for Prince Ali.
there, which is also kind of nice.
Make
All right, so the
way.
fourth thing I think America could learn from Australia is how to package and sell watermelon. What I mean by this is in America, like if you're buying watermelon, it's probably gonna be like a full entire watermelon, or you can get like a little thing of like little like dice cubes of watermelon.
Yeah.
The issue is like the little dice cubes are usually pretty expensive, and it's just like, you know, enough for like 1 or 2 people, and then the whole entire watermelon, it's like way too much for one person. And like honestly, I am from a family of 4, and 1 watermelon is too much for our family usually. Here in Australia, usually when you're at the grocery store, you're gonna see quarter melons, and they sell them by the quarter melon. This makes so much sense. It doesn't cost more. It probably saves a lot of melon. You just cut the melon, wrap it up in some saran wrap, and then sell it in force. Easy as that. The
Fair enough. That's oddly specific, but I do love some watermelon.
Fifth one is a little bit weird, but that is, we could learn from Australia to not put so much water in our toilets. I don't know what it is about their toilets here, but I feel like they're just like way more advanced than our toilets. So in America, like for some reason, it's a really common thing. Like I was just used to like having water splash my butt.
There's something in my eye. I am sorry. I apologize. I don't know what's going on. My eyelashes are like intertwined together, tangled up.
From like pooping into it and it like, yeah, splashing up. And then when you're flushing the toilet, you know, it's like shoo, 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 and you know, it does like the whole like spinny thing and then sucks down. It's like one long flush with a bunch of water. Well, here in Australia, their toilets just have a little bit of water in them. Your butt doesn't get wet when you poop. There's no splashing going.
Your butt doesn't get wet when you poop. That's a good selling point. Huh, yeah, there's some toilets, public toilets that look like that on the right. But most are like the left.
No, I'm... can't believe I'm saying this. Anyways, and then on top of that, they also have like buttons. They have a button for poo and a button for pee. Some American toilets do have this, but I think it's like a law here in Australia because every single toilet I've seen has had those two little buttons to save some water. The sixth thing that America could learn from Australia is free/cheap sunscreen. You're probably laughing at me as I say this while I'm all
I was
burnt, but that's just because I was on a boat for the past 3 days. Here in Australia, you can get like a full giant 1 liter thing of sunscreen, like enough for an entire family for an entire summer for like, I think it's like $8. Like they're like super cheap. And beyond that, I usually don't.
But why is it so cheap? Like, do the companies not like making money over there? It's probably because people use it so much sunscreen that there's like a lot of demand, so they can probably scale it up a little bit more. Does that make sense? Like supply, like economies of scale. You know, you guys must use a lot of sunscreen, and there's probably more competition.
Pay it all for sunscreen because it's just free.
I never even thought about that, how much sunscreen you need if you live there.
Those places, like if you go to like a hotel, if you go to I don't know, an office, a restaurant, like imagine like how hand sanitizer is free in America in a lot of places. They just have sunscreen laying out in different places like that.
That's cool.
You can just get some, you know, put it on if you want. This is so
That's
nice
awesome.
and makes so much sense. I'm not completely sure on this, but I think the government subsidizes sunscreen a little bit. I think that's how they get it so cheap. Not positive, but anyways, it makes so much sense because because the government also pays for the healthcare here, you're gonna have to be paying a lot more for skin cancer than you are going to be paying for sunscreen. All right, now the seventh thing America could learn from Australia is
that's facts.
Work-life balance and how to party. Australians, man, they love to have fun. They love to get drunk. They party hard. Additionally, just kind of the culture here and in Europe, they get a lot more paid time off for vacation. Typically, you get about 5 paid weeks off for vacation here. So that could be
5 paid weeks. Wow, that's really good. Here you get like 2.
one of the reasons why they have a better work-life balance. But even when they're not on vacation, just on like a typical weekend, Australians like love to go out, they love to have fun. I don't know, I just feel like they do a little bit better job at partying than Americans do. All right, now the 8th thing that America could learn from Australia is how to do sushi. So yes, I know sushi is not like a typical Australian thing, it's, you know, like Japanese. However, they have kind of put a little spin on sushi that I think makes it so much better and makes it kind of like reach like a much larger audience or target market, I guess, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Let me explain. Here in Australia, they have done a couple things that make it just kind of like cool and easy to get. So one is they have a lot of like quick grab and go sushi restaurants here where they just like have sushi like out in a window. You walk by, you can point to which one you want, grab it, and you go. And it's not cut up like it is in America. The sushi comes in a roll like this. So you can get a couple rolls, grab them, and then it's kind of like almost eat them like a sandwich.
What? That sounds like blasphemy. You eat that whole thing without cutting it up? Like that? Like it's a freaking... Like it's a hot dog?
As you walk down the street. I absolutely love this. They are great, healthy, like grab-and-go snacks. You know, I feel like in America, if you're gonna get something like grab-and-go, it's gonna be like, I don't know, like a Subway sandwich or like, I don't know, like a burger from McDonald's, like something like not as healthy. Not to mention, it's so affordable here. Like a roll of sushi like that, one of those like grab-and-go places, is probably gonna cost you like $2.50 American dollars, USD. Another great
Sushi is super expensive here.
great thing about the sushi here
Super expensive. A roll would cost you like $12.
is there's this style of sushi restaurant that I know it's common in other parts of the world, but I've just never seen it in America, and we could totally adopt it. But that's like the train track, I call it, style sushi. Pretty much you just sit down and the sushi goes around on a little track and you pick up whatever you want, eat it, and then yeah, pay at the end by like the plate.
That sounds awesome.
I don't know, it doesn't matter. But I see like
I've never seen that. I thought that was only in Japan.
multiple of these in every single city in Australia that I've been to. It's just kind of like a cool, fun concept, and I don't know, I don't think I've even seen a restaurant like that in America. As I'm editing this video, I just thought of another like weird or unique sushi thing here, and that is they have a lot of chicken sushi. Real sushi lovers might say that that's not actually sushi.
Raw chicken?
sushi, but I don't know. Here at sushi shops, I'd say
No,
about
it can't be raw chicken. So it's cooked chicken?
like almost half the sushis that they offer, okay, maybe not half, like a third of the sushis that they offer are like fried chicken or grilled chicken. This just makes sushi even more appealing
That sounds really good. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, that would taste really good, but it does sound strange.
to some people. You know, some people don't like fish, or some people just really like chicken, and they can still get sushi, I guess if you can call it that, without
That's
just having
cool.
like fish or crab or I don't know, raw meat. All right,
That's
the
cool.
ninth thing America could learn from Australia is how to run a DMV. So I don't really know what to call this, but like you know, like the place where you like
Yeah.
you go to get your license, to get like your car registered, like the government office, like entity that you go to get all your car stuff worked out. In America, we call it the DMV, the Department for Motor Vehicles. It's
Here in Indiana, it's the BMV, the Bureau of Motor Vehicles.
something like that. Anyways, and then I know in Victoria they call it like Vic Roads, and then I know in Queensland they call it something else. So it's different in every state here. But the place where you go to get like stuff for your car, get it registered and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it is so amazing in Australia. Like 10 out of 10 recommend. Like they're tech savvy. You can make appointments online. They're quick. You get a little letter or number. You go into a queue. There was someone
Sounds like the opposite of here.
that greeted me when I walked in. Like they were just
They greeted you. They didn't scoff at you. Get a number.
so like it was a great pleasant experience, and I was only there for like less than an hour. If you go to America, any American will know what I'm talking about. But oh my God, going to the DMV in America is like going like it's like a trip to hell. You're gonna go there early in the morning. You're gonna wait in line for an hour.
Like you might between the DMV or the dentist, I don't know which one I would rather go to.
Then you're gonna
Like, should I get my tooth drilled or go renew my license? Both sound horrible.
get a ticket. You're gonna sit in a chair. You're gonna be in another line for a couple hours. The people who work there are typically unfriendly and cold. They just totally suck in America. And here in Australia, I've experienced them in Victoria, and I had a friend that experienced them here in Queensland, and she was American. And anyways, both of us thought it was like super amazing here. So I'm just gonna assume that in all of Australia, the DMV is probably much better than it is in America. All right, the 10th thing America could learn from Australia is how to eliminate the frickin' penny. All right, y'all's lowest cent coin is a 5 cents. We still have the penny. I don't know why. Not much to add to that. We just need to take after you and eliminate our penny. No.
There was a lot of talk about that a decade ago, and nothing has happened. I agree. Why do we need that small of a unit? It's not worth anything anymore.
Number 11, and this is probably the most important one on this entire list, and that is we need to learn how to breathalyze like you do in Australia. When I was in Victoria, y'all had these big old giant buses that are all over the roads at all times of the day, just randomly going, and they breathalyze, and they like
way.
shut a road down and they breathalyze every single car that goes by. It could be at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, 10 a.m., like 4 in the
Is
morning.
your
They
guys'
breathalyze
limit 0.05? I see 0.05 drugs. That is a low limit. Here it's 0.08 in most states.
You have no idea when they're going to be there. They're just there, and they breathalyze everyone, and yeah, it's a great way to catch people who are on drugs or drinking and driving. The 12th thing I think America could learn from Australia.
Well, here there's like, you know, in the Constitution, you can't just be stopping and searching people for no reason. Now, we do have some checkpoints, but those are questionable if they're even legal.
Is your slang. And I'm not saying we should like take your slang and adopt it to America. No, like y'all's slang is like great. It's like a huge part of Australian culture. It's just who you are, you know, in Australia. And in America, our slang's kind of shit. Like we just, I don't know, we don't have good slang. We don't have much slang at all. Anyways, America, we need to up our slang game because here in Australia, they have so much slang.
I agree.
And if you want to learn some Australian slang, there are 100 Aussie words and phrases, and you can check those out right down there.
Arvo. Yes. Wow. Excellent. Those all sound fantastic. Implement them immediately. I want this man to be president of the U.S. States. Tristan Kuhn. Go check out his channel. And I'm voting for him for president, okay? We need these Australian things, especially these freaking children. Holy crap, I can't believe how lucky kids are in Australia. I'm pissed. Like, I want to go play on this play set. I'm not even kidding. Look, this guy's doing it. He's like 30, like me. I'd fit right in. This kid's running down a slide. Anyway, have a fantastic day. That was fun. I hope to see you here again tomorrow. Goodbye.